Hi, I'm ex-TV producer Jennifer Moore, your guide inside the media industry. In a previous video, I showed you how I shoot with two cameras and record audio separately. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the process of editing that video and cleaning up your audio a bit. So here are my clips I've ingested. I've got a main shot, I've got like a side angle shot. I shot these with a Canon 80D and a Canon 70D. And then I also shot some additional B-roll of these cameras with a GoPro. And I'm going to start a new project. And I usually like to save my project in the folder that I've got all my clips on. I've got multiple channels, so lots going on here. So we're going to save this as two camera shoot in this folder. And then I'm going to call the project the same thing. That's just my naming convention. You can do whatever you want. It's just what I choose to do. Alright, so now we've got our project, and I am going to select all the clips that I want, which are all of these. Alright, and then we are going to drag this into our media files. So this is my audio, and the first thing I always do is clean that up a little bit in an Audition. So we're going to open Adobe Audition here. I'm going to look for some dead space in this audio, and notice there's a little spot right here. I'm going to select the dead space, and notice there's like a little bit of like fuzz here. That is what I'm trying to produce. So I've highlighted a clip, and now I'm going to go to Effects, Noise Reduction, and then Capture Noise Print. And this is going to register what we're going to reduce. Okay, now I'm going to click anywhere and hit Effects, Noise Reduction Process, and now I'm just going to hit Apply. Alright, so notice it definitely did reduce the noise significantly. Now this is not 100% necessary, but this is just something I like to do. So now we're going to save this. Alright, save. Okay, and this should show up here. Okay, so save this. Alright, now let's X out of here. Okay, so we're going to go into Premiere now. I'm going to drag this into a new sequence, and then I'm also going to name it the same thing as my file, two camera shoot. Alright, here we go. And then I'm going to go up in the sequence, and I always like to select maximum bit depth and maximum render quality, and I did shoot this with in 24 frames per second. So this is our first clip. This is our audio clip, and we're also going to drag our secondary camera in here as well. So this is the secondary camera, and I always like to put my main camera on top, so you can kind of move these around as you want. But now what we have to do is line up the audio. So I always clap before filming once I've got everything rolling, so that makes it a lot easier to line everything up like this. So that's what we're going to do here. And then to get a little more precise, you can click this little menu up here and click Show Audio Time Units. And then I literally just... There's a sync button, but I find this to be pretty accurate. And then you just have to match these up the best you can here. And this looks pretty good. Now the ultimate test is you just go to a spot, and I also like to save my work. Go to a random spot and then play it. And then if the audio matches up pretty well without any echoing, then you're pretty good. You can also even use a GoPro as your second camera. So I've done this before where I use, now that I know that sounds alright, I'm gonna go ahead and clip off some of this just so I know that all the clips are starting at the same point. Alright, now I'm gonna select everything. Alright, and I'm going to drag this to the beginning of the timeline. So as you're playing this, you should be able to see me talking at the same, and this should match up pretty well. Now I do need to do some color correction for sure. To make this easier, I'm also going to chop off the end. Obviously I don't need all of this stuff. This is just extraneous, so we're just going to get rid of this. So now I've got 3 tracks of audio, and I'm going to remove the camera audios because I don't need those tracks. So I'm going to select these 2 clips, right click, and then unlink them. Then I'm going to select the 2 tracks, delete them, and move my audio recorder track up. Make sure to save quite a bit, and now you've got 1 track of audio and 2 tracks of video. Now Adobe does have a multi-camera editing function. Personally, I find I don't really use this a lot for my purposes. I'm not shooting a music video. I usually just have 2 angles, and it's pretty easy for me to flip back and forth. And how I usually edit these is I'll figure out where I want to inject camera 2, and where I want camera 2, I basically just get rid of camera 1. So I'll just delete a portion of it. So we'll watch this and see how this looks. A knockoff of the Rode Video Micro. It's by a company called Movo. It's $40. I really like it, and I find it performs even better. And you can always bring this back if you want. So I can do this. And then it'll flip between my 2 cameras. Clearly I do need to do some color correction, but this is the basics of 2 camera editing and also incorporating audio recorded separately. So I did a video for my sewing channel where I'm in the same clothing and I'm in the same lighting situation. So see, I'm just gonna copy this, go into my other timeline, and now I am going to simply paste the attributes, and here we go. Now these 2 obviously don't match up, so I'm going to we'll try to paste these attributes in, but obviously this needs some color correction for sure. So notice how this one's definitely very green. So I'm going to go ahead and try to match these up as close as I can. So I'm gonna put a little more, this definitely needs a little more red. Let's keep matching this up. I mean, this is pretty close. It's definitely passable. But notice my backgrounds definitely look different. So I do need some more red. Okay, let's do let's see if these match up. Actually, that's a little more, I do kind of like this color though. Let me try to see what this looks like. This is at, we'll do 10 in the red direction, magenta. Although I may get rid of some of the saturation because I feel like my face has too much color in it compared to the other shot. So let's see how this looks. That, I would say, is definitely close enough. Notice the background color looks similar, and I think this is the winner. Alright, so now that we've got everything lined up, I'm going to get rid of my other project here. Although I may get rid of some of the saturation because I feel like my face has too much color in it compared to the other shot. So let's see how this looks. That, I would say, is definitely close enough. Notice the background color looks similar, and I think this is the winner. Alright, so now that we've got everything lined up, I'm going to get rid of my other project here. And that, my friends, is how I edit my videos from a 2-camera shoot. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, smash that like button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this and all about the media industry. And if you're looking for something to watch next, I highly recommend you watch the previous video, which was about shooting with 2 cameras. I explained my whole setup. I'm ex-TV producer Jennifer Moore, and I'll see you guys in the next video.